This is a very big news flash and no one knows, so you're about to find out. You're allowed to be profitable, not for profit.
Yes.
Whatever it is, $1, $1,000, $10,000. Every time somebody donates to us, 100% of that goes to the health service. We don't take anything out of admin. We're also spreading the love for people to be able to come to something that's really interesting. We get like 100 people wanting to come and work on Christmas Day, which I just find amazing because Christmas to so many people is that special day. It's just extraordinary. I love that about the event.
Alison Kennedy, CEO of Toowoomba Hospital Foundation. Welcome to the Hot Property Podcast. Thank you for coming along.
Thanks for having us. I'm very excited.
Yeah, we've been long-time supporters ever since Dad started the business way back when in 2002. I remember as a kid going along to a big check presentation that they did at the Clifford Gardens Shopping Centre with Humphrey B. Bear. And Dad got to jump up on stage with Peter Rukas back in the day and do the big check presentation, which as a kid, that was pretty cool to see your dad up with Humphrey, until Dad started to ask Humphrey questions. And of course, Humphrey doesn't talk. So it was just met with this dead silence. One of my core childhood memories.
Dad.
But,
Goodness gracious. Poor old Humphrey. I'm not sure Humphrey's around anymore.
I think he's animated now. And
he is.
Nowhere near as fun.
He's actually from South Australia, Humphrey B. Bear. So
there you go.
My eldest son was actually in videos when we lived in SA, and Humphrey was very famous. But I think the lack of underwear for Humphrey probably meant Humphrey had to eventually disappear. So he only used to wear a vest. And a tie. He wore a vest and a tie. Clearly wasn't enough for the
Formal
children.
up top.
Yeah. Crazy down the bottom. Peter Rukas Days, 1993 the organisation was built. So you're probably having childhood memories of Give Me Five for Kids. So I know that Clifford Gardens Shopping Centre and at the time SCA, everybody was involved and it was huge. So we were just so fortunate to be the charity of choice for that particular project for many, many years. It was amazing. So, but things have obviously changed and grown. And
big time,
we love Peter. He now gone for 8 years. Would you believe some people just ring his number still? And I'm like, no, Peter's been gone for 8 years, but that's all right. Here's his new number. Clearly he didn't give it out to everybody. So
Well, the benefit of such a legacy that he's left as well, that you've definitely continued and grown the momentum from in your time as CEO as well. But give us a bit of background, for those who don't know, what the Toowoomba Hospital Foundation does and some of the exciting projects that you're working on at the moment.
Do we have enough time in the day, Jacob? That's my question. The foundation it's an interesting journey actually, because often people say, why does the foundation even exist? It's a public hospital. Surely the government just gives them all the money. They get all the things that they possibly could want and everything is there in the hospital. So when we need something, we just go there and everything is as it is. But it's not the case. So obviously, maybe not obviously, that, the government gives a certain budget to each public hospital each year. It obviously sets aside money for schools. It sets aside money for all sorts. So health is obviously a really big employer here in Toowoomba, and our hospital is a very big employer. We have 5,000 staff across a region of 29 facilities. It's bigger than Tasmania, so you can drive 4 hours and not get to one of our hospitals. So it's a really it's a vast and varied health service, and they do get a budget handed down every year. But then there's also all those things that just miss that cut, and that's really where the foundation will step up. So as an example, and this is a very big news flash and no one knows, so you're about to find out for the very first. I'm not even sure that my beautiful team that are here with us even know, but the board actually just announced that they're going to spend $2 million on an orthopaedic robot. So we don't have one in our health service. Both of our private hospitals here in Toowoomba have one, but we're now going to purchase. The foundation is actually going to spend that $2 million and purchase the robot for our community so that our wait lists can be shortened. And, the hospital staff are so excited. The doctors are jumping up and down because that just means more accuracy, better outcomes for patients, less likelihood of them having to come back into the hospital with issues with hip and knee and all the rest of it. So we are so excited. And that is a news flash. No one knows that.
I love that. Thank you for launching that with us. That's
right,
so
no
good.
Problem.
Yeah.
I'll get some money out of you for it. It'll be a donation of some sort.
Absolutely. So, and you guys are obviously moving. We've got the 2-campus model coming. What sort of timeline is that looking like?
That's exciting for us because we already as an example, have 300 volunteers that our volunteer manager manages.
Yes.
Our staff, we've already sort of started that process of having a 2-campus model. So we're actually already in 2 offices trying to handle and have the vision of what that's going to look like in the future. So that's really exciting. But it does mean for us, how do we do it? How do we actually go from 300 at the hospital? Because that hospital where it is not going away. It's just going to be different. So the emergency hospital will be at Bailey, and then you'll have a lot of outpatient, and mental health will also stay at Toowoomba Hospital. So it's going to be an interesting journey, not only for the health service, but for us to see how we can actually manage that. And, you know, without wanting to double our workforce, because that's not very cost effective, we need to be able to manage both campuses and all the opportunities that it offers us, because as people may not know, we manage the car park, we manage all the coffee shops, we manage vending machines, water bottle recycling. Like there is a lot that we do already on our campuses. And so now we're going to have this new amazing 7-story, I'm sure it's 7-story, new Toowoomba Hospital. And that just opens up more social enterprise for us. That opens up, you know, for us to be even more sustainable than we currently are with our social enterprises. So it's really exciting, but at the same time, it's going to be a lot of planning, a lot of strategy, a lot of like, holy moly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's very conscious of you not to try and double the staff count, even though you've got so many more resources to have to deploy across 2 locations.
Yes.
That's such a massive task. And
it is a massive task, and it's something that I talk about as often as I can to those that will listen to me. And sometimes I think people are listening, but sometimes they probably run away. But it is that you're allowed to be a profitable not-for-profit.
Yes.
And it's a really interesting conversation in that people think, oh, well, how much are people getting paid? Oh, my gosh, she's now got... they always blame it on me. But, you know, the foundation's now got, 20 staff. Oh, my gosh, that must be so expensive. But if I was hot property and I'd gone from 4 staff to 20 staff, they'd say, Jacob, you're so successful.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're trying to get people to understand, to actually look at our numbers properly, like actually understand what we do. So if our staff is organically and our team is organically growing, that means that we organically need those people to actually successfully drive the strategy that we have, which means we now have more social enterprise, which means more marketing people. It means more staff on the ground making coffee for you. So across our entire business, we actually have about 60 people working for us. So that is across cafes, car parking. Then you take 300 volunteers, you know, and then the internal team at the foundation. But we need all those bodies to be able to deliver a $2 million piece of equipment to the health service. So we're still giving 100% of our donations. So every time, and, you know, we're going to collect a check from Beautiful Hot Property today, and we're so grateful. But whatever it is, $1, $1,000, $10,000, every time somebody donates to us, 100% of that goes to the health service. We don't take anything out of admin.
Yep.
It's all going to where you've wanted it to be directed to. So, and we can say that truthfully and successfully, and that is because we are sustainable and we look after ourselves, and our admin and all of our costs come out of our social enterprise. Yeah. But then out of those, there's a whole lot more money that we can still give back to the health service. So I think it's a really important message that people understand that as we grow, or they see that we have got more team members, it doesn't mean that we're not being as effective. We're actually being more effective. But it's a struggle when you're in not-for-profit. I think they think we're all going to come to work and we're all volunteering. Yeah. And quite frankly, we probably do. Out of the 38 hours we work, the other 72 that we work are probably donated. So, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's we always say in our board meetings that we love supporting Toowoomba Hospital Foundation because you guys are so effective, and we can definitely see from outside looking in, and even, you know, we do get a little bit of the behind-the-scenes stuff, is you guys are super effective with the deployment of your funding and how effective you are as an organisation, which is very refreshing in your space.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'd like to have that message really clear. And sometimes I think, people will still say, why does the foundation exist? And, you know, you try and do that messaging through social and marketing and all the rest of it, but sometimes it's just sitting down and having a chat to somebody, and then they're like, that is amazing. And then they can obviously go and spread your message as well. Like, you guys totally get what we're doing. So,
absolutely.
We're grateful for you understanding our vision.
Yeah. It's so important in any organisation. And, you know, Toowoomba Hospital Foundation is by far one of the best in Toowoomba, if not in Queensland or Australia with how you guys operate and the events that you run. Like, you're not an events company, but you run world-class events and incredible, different facets to your organisation. Which, from a leadership perspective, how do you manage all of that?
That's a very interesting question. One of the things we have identified, and you're right, we're not an events organisation, and I use this quote all the time, but I just always remember going into aisle 6 of Woolies and somebody coming to me and saying, when's the next WAS, which is an acronym for Women of Strength, but even our people know what that is out in the community. They're like, when's the next WAS? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've got this wrong. I don't want them to ask me when the next WAS is. I want them to ask me, how is the Regional Cancer Centre fundraising going?
Yeah.
Or, hey, nice to see you. I'm about to do this event. We'd like you to be the charity of choice. Or how can I give? Or how can I volunteer? So I really had to go back to the office and think, we've gone down this path that I cannot continue to lead everybody into. We need to actually realise we're not an events company, and whilst the events are really important, they, need to make a huge impact, and we need to back off on what we're saying yes to.
Yeah.
So we strategically started looking and analysing every event. We came down to, I want to say 8. There's probably 12 major events, but that includes Christmas Day, which is not a fundraiser. It's an event that we give back to community. That includes our 2 volunteer lunches that we put on, one in the middle of the year and one for Christmas to say thank you. Yeah. So there's some that our appreciation evening that will be on again in December for, I think we're going to send 3,000 invitations to all the amazing people that have done something for us. So hopefully you can't all turn up. Yeah. Maybe I'll send the invitations really late. Yeah. So anyway, no. Oh, everyone's busy for Christmas. Yeah. No, we would love 3,000 people to turn up. But so our events have become very strategic, and also they're very different. So, WAS is different to Legends. Legends is different to GWERT, which is Great Western Road Trip. Yeah. So everything we do is very, it's aimed at a different audience. So, if you're a family, you can come to Great Western Road Trip. If you are, a lady who likes to dress up, you can come to Ladies Diamond Lunch. If you want to meet a superhero, you can come to WAS, Legend. So they're all very different, and it brings a different audience. So we're also spreading the love for people to be able to come to something that's really interesting. And we also try and keep the cost down. We're very aware of the cost of living. There's so many quotes that I could throw. It's all, I don't know. Anyway, Woolies and Coles, all the words that people are using about, prices of food. So we're really interested in making sure that people can still afford to come to our events as well. We don't want to cut anybody out. We don't want to go to a $400 ticket price. We want to make sure that we're always under $200, but we can maintain the fundraising elements by doing that. So that's really important to us. And I think by doing that, we've really focused on our social enterprises and the growth that is a natural organic growth for us, and something that we can do without having to touch the community or ask them to do something for us all the time. We've got the sustainable model, and then everything else is cream on top.
Yep, I love that. So tell me about some of the stuff that's on the horizon for Toowoomba Hospital Foundation. You've got Regional Cancer Centre, and you've got your Christmas drive coming up as well. What that means for the community and how many people that impacts. Can you give me some numbers on that?
So Regional Cancer Centre is a really exciting project. So we sat down with our Darling Downs Health executive team, and we always try and follow their strategic plan as well. So there's no point us going off on a tangent saying, let's build houses or accommodation if they say, well, we don't need that. Yes. So we always make sure that we're aligned with them. And the Regional Cancer Centre continued to come up. So with the new hospital build, Regional Cancer Centre, I know you'll find it surprising, but wasn't in the remit. So it meant that they were going to end up probably on a floor, just like they are now. It'll be level 2 or level 4. There'll be no outside area, and they'd probably be quite squashed in. So we're going to actually build the Regional Cancer Centre alongside the new Toowoomba Hospital. So hospital build, they say, will be 3 years. And that will be exciting if that happens. So, but our Regional Cancer Centre will be built alongside it in a building that is just across the road from the brand new emergency hospital. So, and it will be a greenfield, so people will be able to look outside. They'll be able to go outside and put the grass under their feet, and actually be able to look and have a beautiful view as they're sitting, unfortunately, during their health journey and having their treatments. But instead of having it in the clinical space, this will be a place that they can come, and it will be beautiful. So we're in the midst of fundraising for $10 million. So we've told the health service we'll match them dollar for dollar. So they're going to put in 10 and we're going to put in 10. So we started in January. I think we're about 600,000 into our fundraising tally. Yep. Now, because we have successful social enterprises, we're also going to commit $250,000 from our car park every year, and $250,000 from our cafes will also go back in. So there's a $500,000 injection straight up every year from our hard work, and then the rest of it we will look at grants, we will look at community giving, philanthropy, and we will hit that $10 million mark so that we can build alongside the hospital as it's being built. So it'll be ready for opening day at the same time.
That's incredible. Is that one of the biggest fundraisers you've done?
The biggest?
Yes.
Definitely.
Perfect, yeah.
Definitely. It's the largest amount we've ever tried to raise in one single campaign. So, it will be the biggest. So, and alongside that, just because, we don't like to sleep much, we're actually building our museum as well. So, and stage 1 has just been complete. So we are trying to run 2 campaigns, but going back to the Regional Cancer Centre, obviously it's a big focus. We actually have a raffle as well at the moment. So before I leave, I'll probably jump on, grab your credit card, and you can buy 12 tickets. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
And so the Regional Cancer Centre raffle, we've been so fortunate. So Whipple's basically gifted us a vehicle. So there's no on-road cost, there's no cost to the foundation. So it was a vehicle as first prize, and then Village Roadshow jumped on board with a very beautiful $15,000 family holiday, family for 5, Jacob. So if you win, you, Nicole, I've forgotten your daughter's name. That's so bad. What's your daughter's name?
Delilah.
Oh, she's so delightful. I'm going to remember Delightful Delilah, and then you still got 2 places. So that's me and somebody else.
Okay, cool.
So it'll be lovely. Family holiday for the 5 of us.
Excellent. That'll be a lot
I'll
of
be
fun.
very quiet. I won't make, I'll probably just sleep. But beautiful family of 5 can go, or friends or whoever, 5 people to Village Roadshow, and it is everything that opens and shuts. So that's super exciting. And then Optus came on board and gave us a $5,000 cash prize. So it's our first ever major raffle, and it'll run through until May next year. So we've got a lot of focus on the Regional Cancer Centre, and we're really hoping that everybody gets behind us. And if you want to donate, just jump online and give us $10 million. That'd be great. Just, like that. That would be cool. That just speeds things up.
Absolutely, yeah.
But if not, $1 million at a time, also happy to take $1 million donations.
I'll have to talk to Greg about that. That's definitely a finance
anything
department
underneath,
discussion.
No problem. And then our museum is really exciting because it's really such a different focus, and it's not really core business, but we've been custodians of the museum pieces for around about 20 years. So the Toowoomba Hospital collection was always housed at Toowoomba, but it was in a little pokey room at the back of the hospital, which people did visit, but it was very hard to get to. You're inside a clinical space, so it's really difficult to find. All run by beautiful volunteers. And then our Bailey Henderson Asylum collection, which we all know it was a lunatic asylum for many years. That collection is extraordinary, exciting, and quite fabulous. It's just got such wow factor. So those collections are now housed together in what we call Building 31. We received Building Better Regions funding, so we've finished stage 1. So we've upgraded and renovated the superintendent's quarters out at Bailey Henderson, and now we are focusing on stage 2 and 3. Stage 2 is a beautiful, you can hold your 30th birthday there if you like. We passed that date? No, I don't know.
I'm a few years away from that.
Excellent. See, I'm so good at getting. You're a boy, so it doesn't matter if you were a girl. I'd be leaving now. So basically, it will be a beautiful conference / cafe, and people will be able to come all weekend and either visit the museum, have scones, jam and cream, and a cup of coffee, or they can get a glass of wine. The kids can run around on this beautiful acreage that we have. It's got an amphitheatre, so we'll be having Bublé and Sting come and perform. I'm just putting it out there. If you put it out there, you never know who will turn up.
Law of attraction,
or
right?
You can sing. Can you sing?
Yes, but I don't anymore.
Oh, you can sing.
Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't expect the podcast to go this way, but yes, no. I spent my high school years doing musicals and song and dance. So
you should not tell me that.
No, I really shouldn't have. And it's coming in handy now that I have a daughter. It's actually a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I think Nicole sits back and goes, "Oh, he's all right. Yeah,
he's a bit talented."
But it's I'm very good at the Wiggles.
Nice.
And getting better day by day.
Yeah, we'll be calling you up. Yeah. Because our stage is going to be prime for entertainers such as yourself. So, yes, look out.
Thank you.
No worries.
Cannot wait to headline.
Lucky there's other people here. They can write that down and remind me when we're looking for a performer.
I'd much prefer to the auction,
Okay. But it's going to be a beautiful space, and people can it'll be open on the weekend. So it will be very connected to Cobb and Co. and all the other tourism places in Toowoomba. So we just want to be another part of what people can do in Toowoomba, and it's really exciting. So we would love to have stage 2 open as quickly as we can, and stage 3 is the offices for the foundation. So it'll see everybody move to brand new office space, similar to what you've done, actually. I'm going to bring our architect in and say, just repeat this because this looks amazing. And once that's happened, we, the foundation, will be settled over at Bailey Henderson. We'll be able to see the new hospital from our site. There's a beautiful river that they call it a creek. I think I'm calling it a river.
Yeah.
There's some water in there somewhere. But anyway, we'll be able to walk across a beautiful bridge to the new hospital. So that means that, patients that are going to spend lots of time at our hospital, unfortunately, will be able to come across and visit and have somewhere else to go. So they won't have to stay in the hospital. They can trot across and have a lovely glass of, probably not wine, but a coffee, definitely a cup of tea or a coffee, and just sit there in the beautiful acreage that is Bailey Henderson. It is just the most exquisite location.
Is, and there's such beautiful views looking back over to the east. So that'll be a really special space. I can't wait to see it.
I know, it's very exciting. Anyway, you can have your 25th birthday there.
Absolutely. Well, I know, I am past that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I'm getting closer.
So,
Delilah's second birthday.
Delilah's
second birthday, maybe.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I hope Nicole doesn't watch this or listen to this. She'll give her too many ideas. But, and
I will help her with those ideas, don't you worry about that.
I have my questions lined up. So stage 1, so that's all complete. So people can visit that now? Or
no, it's not an opening.
It's
basically, it's a construction site.
Yes.
So stage 1 was really important, and we've been working really closely with the Darling Downs Health Service because it is their building and they've gifted it to us to use for the museum, but it was definitely in need of renovation. So financially they've assisted us to get the building safe, and then from there we received funding to make it basically look like a beautiful museum. So it has museum air conditioning, it has museum lighting, it has all the things you need to actually house beautiful pieces of history, but in a safe space. So we've just employed a museum director. So she's just started with us, Marcella, and she is probably the most excited human in our team and comes to work because she's only been there for a while. So she's still got really happy, she's not stressed yet. She's not like, oh my gosh, this place is a nightmare. You guys are crazy. So no, she is, and she actually came from the health service. So she was 23 years there and she's come over to us.
Wow.
Which never happens. So we're really excited, and the health service is also excited for her because they know what she can bring to our team and the history of health itself. And she's well known. And so that's really exciting. So watch this space, the museum, and we can come back and chat to you again, obviously, and tell you more about stage 2 and 3. But the design is nearly complete. So after that, we will definitely be going to tender and looking for a construction partner to get it all rolling. So I keep throwing out Carnival of Flowers next year, but it's hopeful.
Again, law of attraction. Just put it out and it might happen. So, and for people who know Toowoomba, that's as you're driving along Hogg Street. It's that old brick building that's been boarded up for years and years.
Correct.
And it's now being put to incredible use.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the Hogg family were the last, he was the last superintendent to actually the other way around. I can tell you about the last one, but the first one. And his grandchildren and family came a couple of weekends ago to visit and were just so excited. Some of his grandchildren are in their 90s. So, it was pretty cool. And about 40 of them came and had a trip through, down memory lane. And so it's a really special building. And I can't imagine the museum being anywhere else. Like it just is fit for purpose. So, we're pretty excited. Hutchies have been amazing to work with. They helped us construct, and they're very good at historical buildings. They've got a lot of experience. So, so it's just a beautiful location. It's very peaceful. Like you go out there and you could just spend hours just staring out into the Banana. And I should do that, actually. That's a good idea. Maybe we should do that more.
Too busy. Too busy trying to raise $10 million.
Exactly.
So,
yes.
But once you've raised it, you can then hang out.
But to run the Regional Cancer Centre project and the museum at the same time is a big ask. But their museum, I do know, there's a lot of people that would love to see the history, located out there. And so there's a lot of people that are very attracted to that project. And then the Regional Cancer Centre, I mean, who doesn't know somebody who's been affected, by cancer? So we've been very fortunate. Our community has very giving, as you know. It just still brings me to tears, the amount of effort people put in, whether it's volunteering, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, whether it's in kind. The gifts that people give us on a daily basis is just extraordinary. I mean, you sit there and next minute, Jacob from Hot Property says, hey, I've got $1,000 to give you. And do you want to do a podcast? I'm like, see, another beautiful human, just bing, bing, like it's just beautiful. But as you say, our team is dedicated to making sure that what we say we're going to do, we do. And I think that because of that, we're a very trusted and well-respected charity. So it doesn't come without, it's not going to keep talking.
That's right. Yeah. I love that. So tell me about Christmas coming up. Where it's just around the corner. You guys do such an incredible Christmas Day celebration. Tell us about that and what that looks like this year.
So Neighbourhood Christmas is a beautiful event. We've been running it for over this will be our 8th year. And I always get really excited, beside our beautiful people that come along and everyone that provides, in-kind support, but the amount of volunteers. We get like 100 people wanting to come and work on Christmas Day, which I just find amazing, because Christmas to so many people is that special day. You get your family and friends, or maybe it's not. Maybe you're like, my family want to come for Christmas. I'll go and work at the foundation event
I'm gonna
instead.
Go volunteer,
yeah. Won't have to get a kiss from Auntie Sue that I haven't seen for a year. And so, sorry, Suze. I love all Sues in the world. But it's a really cool thing. And then they come and they'll just spend hours. There's no rush for them to go home. And it's like, they will still be there cleaning up and packing up and asking for more jobs. So I find it really rewarding, and I'm sure our entire team would say the same, but the volunteers on the day that come, it's just a super special event. And repeat offenders, people who've been time and time again to volunteer. It's just extraordinary. I love that about the event. I think it also gives people who are volunteering, if they were otherwise going to be on their own on Christmas Day or just want to give back to community, or just want to be with us because it's quite special to them now, they get to have that excitement and that day as well. The buses get donated, the bus drivers donate their time. Rosie's this year is coming back to do all the food for us at no cost, which is amazing. And then we have our beautiful table sponsors. So people pay $500 to be a table sponsor. And again, they do that not like Ladies Diamond Lunch and not like, other events, which it does give you some promotion and, and so it should, it should be a two-way street with us. But Christmas Day is just because they want to help the community. So the table sponsors come on board to give back to the community, and that helps us buy all the beautiful stuff. So all the bonbons, the lollies on the table, all the special stuff. And I kind of do like Christmas, which the team experienced yesterday, because we've just cleared out our donga, which is full of Christmas stuff. But like this stuff keeps on coming, and I'm like, let's buy more Christmas trees. So every time we have a little bit left over, we make sure that we buy new decorations, and it's not, tired or old. It's all beautiful. It's like a Christmas wonderland. So you walk in there and there's 50 trees and, and Father Christmas comes. And so we have a beautiful big red slate. And so Santa comes and every child gets a gift. And that also happens through a lot of our partners. They actually put up a Christmas tree in their businesses and then ask people to donate presents. So we always have lots of presents for the kids. And then we also do a food drive as well, because we know the pressure on families during Christmas. And I know that there are other food drives, and I encourage people to gift to which one they would like to, because we're all, in this together. But for us, we don't want to be taking from other organisations that supply to other families. Our food donations go to the families that come on Christmas Day. So we'll fill a bag. And then, the couple of weeks after Christmas, they've still got treats and chocolates, unless they eat it all on the same day. I don't know. I don't know how they could, because we give them a lot. But there's lollies and treats and everyday food for, the next few weeks. So it's just a beautiful day. And Civic Church has been on board since day one, and they're coming back again this year, and they help us MC and they play trivia with the beautiful people who come. And it's just a great day. So whoever wants to be there can just ring the foundation and tell us, that they want to be there, and we can sign them up. And if you're going to be on your own for Christmas, we want you to be there. If you've fallen on hard times and you want to be there, we want you to be there. So for whatever reason you feel like you want to come and hang out with us on Christmas Day, whether it's volunteering or as a guest, we would love to see you there. So.
And who wouldn't, like you guys, the whole Toowoomba Hospital Foundation team, your volunteers, your paid staff, I've never had an interaction with any of them where you haven't walked away with a smile on your face or just feeling like, wow, what an incredible group of people. So thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for the contribution that you have to the community, because we love being part of the Toowoomba community and we love seeing great things happen in the Toowoomba community. So thank you for your time, and
thank you,
thanks for jumping on the podcast with us.
And I'll give all that information to our beautiful team, because they are amazing humans, and often they are the last ones to get thanked. You know, we thank all our sponsors and the people and and then we all walk away, and we do tend to go to Fitzy's and have hot chips and hug each other. But our team is a very, very. You don't join our team. Often people come with great skills, but their cultural expectation of where they're working is number one for us, and they are very special humans. So, thank you for thanking them, because sometimes they don't get enough thanks.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Thanks
Alison.
for having us.
Cool. No worries.